Today, we are learning about Gaius Julius Caesar, who was born about 100 BCE to a patrician family. That means he was wealthy. This time of Caesar marks the transition from the Roman Republic to the Roman Empire. In 60 BCE, Julius Caesar was a very popular senator, and he forms a triumvirate, which is a three-way power alliance, with a man named Crassus. Crassus was probably the richest man in the entire Roman Empire. And Magnus Poppy. Magnus Poppy was a great general, and only great generals will receive the title Magnus. But the three of them formed this triumvirate, which allowed them to hold power in the Senate. Now, Julius Caesar was popular due to the fact that he would spend time to get to know the poorest of citizens. The general population loved Julius Caesar. This powerful alliance was able to get Julius Caesar elected consul in 59 BCE, where he dominated the other consul. Remember, there are two consuls elected. In this case, one of them was very weak. Julius Caesar begins putting reforms that appealed to the public into place, but not necessarily did they appeal to the Senate. After his term, he becomes governor of southern France and northern Italy. So in this area of northern Italy, in this area of southern France. And this is his territory. He is the governor of this area, and he has armies. One thing about these armies, they are not allowed to enter into other territories. So they can only stay in their territory, or they can go out and enter into new territory to conquer. Julius Caesar is going to move up into northern Gaul, which is known today as France, and began conquering the Gauls. It is said that his armies killed over 1 million Gauls and enslaved another 1 million. Julius Caesar would write books about his great wins, and he would send them to Rome, where his popularity just kept getting bigger and bigger. He was a hero. Still part of the triumvirate, Crassus, the money man, dies. And Pompey, the great general, switches his affiliation from the Populist Party to the Conservative Party. Julius Caesar had grown so popular, and he's also grown so powerful because of his armies. The Senate started to fear Julius Caesar. So one day they called him to Rome. Fearing bad intentions, Julius Caesar decided to take his army with him. He reached the Rubicon River, which is the end of his territory. Now, knowing that he could not take his army into another territory, by doing so, it would be treason. It was at this time Julius Caesar said, "Let the die be cast," and he crossed the Rubicon with his soldiers and marched toward Rome. General Pompey flees Rome and takes other senators with him to go and create a larger army to come back to defeat Julius Caesar later. When Julius Caesar marched into Rome, he was uncontested. And that night, he had a banquet for 20,000 of the poorest Roman citizens. Caesar decides to chase after Pompey and leaves Mark Antony behind to protect Rome while he goes to engage Pompey. After a couple of battles against Pompey, Pompey continues to run away toward Egypt. In Egypt, there are two people running Egypt right now, Cleopatra and her brother. Her brother decides, instead of trying to fight Caesar, he would try to create an alliance by capturing and killing Pompey. When Caesar arrives and finds out that his enemy is dead, he is enraged, and he does not choose the side of Cleopatra's brother, but he chooses the side of Cleopatra and helps her become Pharaoh of Egypt. They fall in love and have a child, yada, yada, yada. Julius Caesar will now return to Rome, where he takes the title dictator for life. If you remember, dictators were only 6 months at a time. Julius Caesar got elected to a dictator for 1 year, then 2 years, then 10 years, and then he claimed dictator for life. While dictator, he does great things for the people of Rome, creates different social reforms. He makes sure that no Roman goes hungry. And he also gave us the Julian calendar, which has July and August in it. It's not the calendar we use today. Today we use the Gregorian calendar, but the Julian calendar was pretty close to being able to give an accurate account of the years and days. On March 15th, which is known as the Ides of March, Julius Caesar is stabbed by senators 35 times, marking an end to his reign. The people begin to revolt, and next is followed by a civil war. The Civil War will be determined in their next lesson.